right, making a video. Hey, this is Kodo with Kodowan. You can find out more about me at kodowan.com. That's KODOAN.com. And want to make a video showing you guys some of the tools and tool handles that I made or customize or fabricate myself in order to make the things that I make. I make a lot of flutes, such as this bamboo flute here. This will turn into a side flute, Japanese style side flute called a shinobue. And this is the embouchure hole. And then when I make the tone holes, I'll need to adjust them, get in here and adjust them with either a file, a piece of sandpaper, or what I've found to be most efficient is a little carving knife, and some are rather unique. But what I'll do is I'll take a needle file. You get a pack of needle files, and if they break or if they get dull, I'll save them, set them aside, and then when I need a new customized blade, I'll go to a tree in the backyard. I'll snip a little branch off, drill a hole in it, all while it's green, and then put the tang of the needle file in or the blade. And then as it dries, it just cinches down onto the tang. Don't need glue, none of that. It's never coming off. You'll have to cut this off if you want to. And so I'll do that for all of the needle files and the blades. Just a little snip of a branch, green, and then drill out a hole, stick the tang in, good to go. Some of the needle files will come with a rubber handle that I don't like. That it feels gross. The natural material is always more pleasant than rubber or plastic. It's never all the, I don't know if petroleum or what. I don't want to get hippie, but it just the natural materials feels better in the hand, so I like that. So that's why I'll use this kind of stuff. So this right here is just a flat needle file. I've trimmed the edge off and then hit it on the belt grinder because I'll need a shorter tool to get into places. If it sticks out too far, then I can't get into the different spots in the flute or whatever I'm making. So the needle file, this flat needle file, it got modified by a natural wood handle, and then it got trimmed to length. These little carving knives here, I've got a few of them. They're just straight sheep's foot type carving knives, and I have a couple different kinds that they're slightly different. I don't know if you can see that. The handle's different, the blade is different, and sometimes I'll reach for one over the other. This one, these are all just pieces of branch from the tree in the backyard. This one was from the pruning pile. I believe this was plum. It was dried out, and I hit it on the spun it on the wood lathe and put a little ferrule and all that. And this feels great in the hand, but actually out of all three of these, this one with the little boot feels the best because that little boot just kind of hooks in there. And I think I probably reach for this one the most. And then if it gets dull and I don't want to stop and sharpen it, then I'll go to this one because it's pretty similar. And then I'll use this one. And then when that gets dull, then I'll go sharpen them both. But this one is a much smaller blade, and it's got this nice fat handle. And a lot of times I'll need to choke up on the blade, sometimes even just getting like an eighth of an inch or so, to make a small cut. And so this little short stubby guy, this really helps making cuts, where these over here, I don't get the leverage that I need for this. So my advice, if you're doing wood carving, things like that, experiment with different types of handles and the different sizes of knives that you're using. You may find that for some applications it'll help to choke up. You'll really get a lot of leverage, and then for others you may need a longer reach. These right here are kind of specialized. I don't know if you can see this. These are half rounds, and these were half round files that I again hit on the little belt grinder. Made my belt grinder, of course. This one's actually starting to crack, but I mean, it's never moved on me in years, because it, I put this in green and then it dries and just, it's better than epoxy. Anyway, so this little half round, this one, I think it's past its prime. It's about as I think I got maybe one more sharpening in there, but this one works great. And what I use this for is, see if I can adjust this here. So when I am making cuts here, all right, this will make these wonderful half round cuts. I'm undercutting in here. All right, you can see I'll have to undercut in here. See if this sucker will focus on it. But so this little half round, I can do this little undercut in here without damaging the exterior of the hole. And it's faster than a file or a piece of sandpaper. Works absolutely great. Just an old half round file that was sharpened into this half round knife. You can see that, but that little edge cuts great on these flutes. So that's basically it. I just wanted to show some of these tools that I use on a pretty much daily basis, and it's easy, it's fast. You don't have to make a big production or a big ritual like some of the people you'll see in videos where they make it a whole ritual about making the handle or making the thing. It's just pay attention to details, make the thing, but don't turn it into this weird fetish thing. Just stuff like this, it's real fast to make, works fantastic, very efficient, highly recommend it. Hope you guys like that. This video, again, this is Koto with KotoWan. You can find more about me at KotoWan.com. If you like this, hit like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever that other stuff is. Talk to you guys later. Bye.